What's up, fragrance family? Tommy with Studio Sense here. Happy that you stopped by today to check out this fragrance review. This is going to be a pretty quick review. When it comes to discontinued fragrances, time is often of the essence, and I don't want to waste a lot of your time here because I can pretty much say what you're getting ready to see is definitely worth owning. And if you're a foodie and you kind of like sweet fragrances and you're wanting something for the holidays or something for special events, or if you're a fragrance collector or you absolutely love gourmand fragrances, I'm also going to give you reasons why you might want to pick up this cheapie gem before it's gone. That and just a bit more is coming up, so stay tuned. Welcome back, fragrance friends. Today we're talking about an oud fragrance. Now, what do people think about, generally speaking, when you say the word oud? Their eyes gloss over and they get this look of terror about them, like they want to just exit or they want to change the subject, because their memory immediately goes to Uncle Sal, who visits only on special occasions. If it's a family reunion or a special holiday or a funeral, he'll show up wearing his dank, stank, civet skin smelling kind of fragrance oud. That's what a lot of people think of when you say the word oud, but that's not really the case. Ouds can definitely smell animalic. It depends on the fragrance, and whether it's a designer fragrance or a niche fragrance will often determine how animalic an oud is or how strong or powerful that it is. Oud is just a wood called agar wood that's been fermented for a while, and that's just an oversimplification, but for our purposes, today we're talking about a 2023 release from Lattafa that was loosely based on a clone fusion between Nishane, Hasavat, Creed, Aventus, a few more, but it's really kind of a standalone, its own creature, its own thing, and that is Lattafa Bade'e Al Oud, Honor and Glory, along with three others, so you could say it was an oud quadruple or an oudruple of fragrances. There was Oud for Glory, Honor and Glory, Sublime, and Amethyst are the four, the quadruple, and they all came out together in 2023. Oddly enough, they discontinued them. That's not uncommon for a brand to discontinue a fragrance for whatever reason. That can be good news for us sometimes, as it does impact the pricing. Sometimes it can go the opposite though. Discontinued fragrances we know can actually be really expensive. But for right now, and that's kind of why I'm doing this video, I want to talk about Honor and Glory, give you some reasons why you might want to pick it up right now before they're all gone, because this discontinued fragrance is on clearance along with the other three at fragrancenet.com. You can get them for 25 bucks a piece, give or take a little bit of change, or $1 or $2, and depending upon where you are, the difference in tax and shipping. First of all, let's take a look at the presentation. One thing Lattafa does, they pack a lot into visuals. The look is excellent. It comes in this box here. It's very heavy. The box itself is very well made. It's got a white kind of tactile textured feel like leather, and in gold it says Honor and Glory, Lattafa. It's part of the Bade'e Al Oud line. And of course, everything is trimmed in gold. On the back, you have a really neat holograph. That's actually to show you're getting an official Lattafa product and not a knockoff or a clone of a clone. It is an eau de parfum concentration, and it has various information on the back and tiny writing in gold, but you can actually read it. On the bottom right, you've got a UPC. Bottom left has a QR code. There are some various stickers in the gold. I'm going to show you a visual of the batch code in case you want to plug that into CheckFresh or some other site to check out the batch. When you open up the box, the lid is affixed to the bottom by a ribbon, is seated nicely in there. There's kind of a rubberized cushion that keeps the fragrance very tightly held inside of its sarcophagus. Something at the very bottom that I didn't notice right away, you can pull it out, is actually a little card that when you open up the card, Bade'e Al Oud, Lattafa, and it actually has the ingredients on the left-hand side of the card. On the right-hand side, it has top, heart, and base notes, which is really cool. I wish all fragrances did that. I don't know if you can see that there from there. Just another cool little nod towards the presentation. The bottle itself, while they may use relatively inexpensive components, they have to, it's still very well made, well put together. The top has the logo in gold embossed, and the actual bottle has a metal plate on it that wraps all the way around the three sides. On the back, it says Lattafa, and on the bottom is a gold plate that has the size, concentration, name, and additional information. Really beautiful looking presentation. Now that we know what it looks like, looks fantastic. It's super heavy. Again, very well made for what you're getting. What about the notes that make up the fragrance? The notes that are listed on the inside of the card are the same notes that are listed online. Lattafa Bade'e Al Oud Honor and Glory features top notes of pineapple, and creme brulee, with heart notes of turmeric, cinnamon, black pepper, and benzoin. Resting on a base of vanilla, cashmere, sandalwood, and moss. Before we get into what it smells like, let me just talk very briefly about gourmand fragrances. Gourmand loosely means dessert, something sweet to eat. It's kind of like the cherry on top, literally and figuratively. It's not surprising then that creme brulee is in the open of this, along with a little bit of pineapple. That immediately puts you in the frame of mind of a Aventus-like fragrance, like Creed Aventus. It puts you in the mind of a fruity, wonderful fragrance like Nishane Hasavat. Pineapple has become a very popularized note, and it's being used in fragrance more and more. Once that creme brulee pineapple combination starts to melt down a little bit, which it does after about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's a wonderful open and really is a nod to a really good unisex fragrance, because it is, if I didn't mention that, it is a unisex fragrance. One could say appropriately that it leans feminine in the open just a bit. That dries down and then you get more into the heart of the fragrance, which is kind of where the spices, woods, and primarily vanilla combination really comes forward more to the foreground, and you could tell that it's a gourmand fragrance. The sweetness remains, but it's not overtly sweet. Nothing cloying or distasteful about the sweetness level. If an uneducated or inexperienced nose smells this, they probably wouldn't be able to tell that it was an oud fragrance. Being an oud fragrance, it's arriving at that oudiness through a combination of notes. There's no agar wood in here, there's no actual oud in here, therefore you're not going to have any kind of issue with anything animalic, anything bitter, anything too strong. If anything, the pungency comes from the sweetness of the fragrance and the combination of vanilla woods with some spice on top. That's pretty much what you're getting in a nutshell. What makes this fantastic is not just the price, which is $25 plus. That's a great price for what you're getting, but it's a great special occasion fragrance. This is going to be perfect for the holidays, going to be perfect. You've got a family reunion, some kind of gathering where people are going to be together and you want to wear something a little bit different than your signature scent, or you just are looking for a scent that you could potentially wear for longer, but in particular for the fall weather, for cold weather, fall and winter, because this is by no means a warm weather fragrance. Pretty much any gourmand is not a warm weather fragrance because of the weight and the density of the spices and the sweetness. Now, some of the warmer spices in Honor and Glory come together, they fuse together and create this kind of warm permanence about the fragrance. After a couple of hours, the aroma pulls back just a bit, becomes a bit of a skin scent. It still can be smelled very easily. It has a great scent bubble that lasts at least 8+ hours on my skin, but it becomes much more of a skin scent after that 6 hour, then it recedes quite a bit. But it is still yet a very, very pleasant skin scent, and at no point in time does it become this kind of animalic, oudy type smell. Combination of spices like turmeric, cinnamon, black pepper, the resin from the benzoin, the sweetness in the benzoin, and vanilla fused together too, and create this just pungent, foodie, gourmand fragrance that's going to last you for as long as any event that you would want to wear it would last. So very briefly then, for less than $30, you're getting a fantastic presentation, you're getting a fantastic vanillic gourmand fragrance that can be worn pretty much any occasion, any cold weather occasion, that is, fall oriented or cold weather occasion, and you're getting a really good performing fragrance as well for under $30. That's really hard to do these days, and so that's what makes this a gem. So grab it up while you can, guys. It's on clearance at fragrancenet.com for $26 and change. Just like most discontinued fragrances, this will not be available in the future. Maybe there's a ton of them. Maybe there's a bunch of palettes out there that's going to take a long time for them to disappear. But once it's gone, it's pretty much gone. For $30, why hedge? You know, just pull the trigger on it. Do it. It's super easy. And it's not like you're going to be like, oh no, I spent $30 on this and I don't like the smell. What am I going to do? Somebody will like it. in your family or in your circle of friends, and we'll be happy to take it off your hands. Because trust me, most people are going to really thoroughly enjoy the smell of this fragrance, either on themselves or on someone close to them. I'm really a true fan of vanillic gourmand fragrances, and that's why I really appreciate Bade'e Al Oud's Honor and Glory by Lattafa. Guys, I know I did this backwards. I had this fragrance in a list recently. I've talked about it before I actually did my first impressions or review on it. I kind of just jumped the gun because I was excited to get it, excited to try it out. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching this fragrance review. If you own Honor and Glory, or really any of the quadruple, let everyone know in the comments below which one is your favorite and why. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and as always, thank you so much for your continued support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video review, list, or something else really cool.